All right, here we go. Look at how Volkanovski is just covering that distance. He's stalking him. Look how he's constantly trying to pass guard. He's beating him up while constantly passing guard. Garbage. Absolutely garbage. Get in the guard and just beat him up, Habib style. And this is where Volkanovski usually prevails. Oh, he got caught there. Volkanovski sits between his legs, puts that pressure. That's why Volkanovski is so good. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have another breakdown for you. Alex Volkanovski. He's taking on Ilia Topuria. I already broken down Ilia Topuria, talked about the things he does very well. We've also broken down Alex Volkanovski in the past, but I want to break down a different fight from Alex Volkanovski. That way, the gentleman just came off a loss against Islam Makhachev. Now he's going back down to 145, and he's going to fight somebody who's relatively his size. So, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we drop another banger, boys. Here we go. Now, Alex Volkanovski, he was trying to become a champ. I believe he was one of the athletes out there who was going to be able to do it. There's only been so many athletes able to do it. Henry Cejudo, Daniel Cormier, Randy Couture, the list goes on. So, all right, let's start it. One of the things that Alex Volkanovski does very well, I said in the past, is that he always switches the dynamic of the fight. He goes from southpaw to orthodox, always moving, always showing feints, and always closing the distance, because once he's always being the shorter guy when he fights. You look what he's fighting right now. He's fighting Yair Rodriguez, the taller gentleman, who is the interim champion. And right now, look at how Volkanovski is just covering that distance. Right? He's just trying to get there. And Volkanovski never overextends. Okay, he's switching back and forth. So what he's doing, let's get the pin out, boys. I know you guys love my epic pin. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna stop when I get a good look at the void. All those beautiful feints from Volkanovski. Right here, here's the middle of the void. So Volkanovski does a good job of coming at the end of the distance. He's showing southpaw. So he has southpaw, or he has orthodox. I'm gonna make sure you guys have broke down this before. Southpaw, orthodox, and then he's showing all his feints here, getting a reaction, the reaction from Yair. And when he's trying to get a reaction from him, he's calculating and assessing what he's doing. Yair doesn't want to overextend, because once he overextends, then Alex is going to get him. So this is going to be a battle of feints. Granted, he is the shorter fighter, so he has to draw out his feint to show his hand and show his cards. That way he can get a good beat on him. So that's what this fight's going to boil down to, is this feints and all this stuff. He does a good job from going from southpaw to orthodox and showing his feints and trying to cover the distance as a shorter fighter. Let's continue. Look, he's stalking him. Switching back and forth, southpaw to orthodox. Remember, when you do that, you're changing the puzzle piece, which shots open up, right? And the distance you cover. But Alex is doing a great job of keeping that distance and just trying to find the best entry so he doesn't take as much damage as possible. And then when Yair fakes, he also backs up and covers the distance, but he comes and blitzes that distance. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Prize Picks is a daily fantasy sports game. Now, I love Prize Picks, and let you guys know, the Mighty Cast, the Mighty channel, we did pretty well at the Super Bowl. We did Robert Bryzek, Moore, and then we went with Travis Kelce, Moore on 73.5 yards, and then Patrick Mahomes at 264.5 yards more. We cast out a nice little win for the mighty channel. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to try Prize Picks, all you got to do is go to your app store, download Prize Picks, and when you do that, make sure you use my code MIGHTY. They will match up to $100 of your deposits. The next mixed martial arts UFC 298 Prize Picks projections are out, and let me tell you guys, I love them. The cool thing about Prize Picks is that it's super easy. It's more or less. For example, if you think this gentleman is gonna land X amount of punches, depending on who he's fighting, you have to use strategic, and you can go to their stats and see, the last time this guy fought, he landed 80 punches. You know what? He's fighting one of the best people in the world. I'm gonna go less. I don't think he's gonna be able to land that many shots. Or, you know what? We can go more. That's the cool thing about it, is that you're not playing against thousands of people around the world. Is this person going to win? Is this person going to lose? You are playing against the projections, which I truly enjoy doing it because it makes the game a lot more enjoyable to watch or the fight. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you want to try Prize Picks, go to your app store, iPhone or Android user, download Prize Picks, and make sure you use my code Mighty. And make sure Prize Picks is available in your state. I live in Washington, but don't worry. MightyCast is produced out of Arizona, and your boy's got a house in Arizona, so we good. Thank you for Prize Picks for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to this content, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Nice body kick. Remember, we talked about that before. Oh, beautiful takedown by Alex. Okay. Right now, he's trying to push his back against the cage because remember, once you push somebody's back to the cage here, there's this wall. He can't, all he can go is right or left. He can't really cover any more distance. So once his head is against the cage, he can't get his hips off the line to be able to get an armbar triangle. So that's why he's trying to get his back against the cage, because Yair does have a very dangerous guard. It's a very active guard, I should say. Slowly trying to push him to that cage. It's like a slug. See, now he turns either left or right because he needs more room to go. But Alex doesn't want him to be able to create space between them. So that's why he puts him against the cage, because now his head's here, right? So he can't go more. He can't get out of the cage unless, you know, he blasts him through the cage. All you can do is go this way. But now that his hips are going this way, his only option is to go that way. So that's pretty much what's going on there. And Yair's guard is open, so he could pass, but he's got those long spider legs. So it's locking his legs up, so it doesn't give Alex the opportunity to actually pass the guard. See, he's trying to create some space, so that's why he's trying to get his head off the cage. So good play by Volkanovski by putting him there where he can posture up and start raining down punches because he can't go anywhere. So he's basically stacking him against the cage. Good body shots. Okay, good guard. Look, he's pushing that foot between his crotch. That way he's stuffing all that weight on that leg. So all Rodriguez's his leg is going to carry all of Volkanovski's weight now. Right there. There it is. Boom. But he has such long legs that, you know, he can get away with that. But see, he's trying to get that angle, and Volk is trying to do a good job of staying aligned with his hips. Right here, you see his hips like that? He's trying to set up an arm bar. He's just stacking them. See, what Yair could do is get his feet, unlock his guard, put his feet on his hips, and push him away. But beautiful angle there. Let's get back at his feet. Controlling the posture. Look at the sheer power of Alex Volkanovski. Beautiful leg drag down. Getting heavy on him. He's getting heavy on him. So this is what he's doing right here. So you guys know, that's why I love doing this, to break it down for the people who don't really know what's going on with fighting. So right here, he's blocking this leg with his leg, and he's getting heavy. He's putting all his weight here, and he's also having his 2-on-1. So Yair has no post over here. He's weak here, and that's why he's trying to go. But I think Yair's probably going to do a Granby roll, I would assume. That's what his posture kind of looks like he's going to be doing right now. So we'll see if he does that. A little Granby roll, yep, and gets out. But now he's still on his back, and then now Volkanovski's in half guard. So this is one of my favorite positions when I'm on bottom, because you can create a lot of distance and space between your... Ooh, beautiful head and arm triangle setup right there. This is one reason I cannot wait to see Alex Volkanovski fight back at his natural weight, so he doesn't have, you know, Granted, it wasn't the weight difference between him versus Islam. I think it was just Islam just being good and him taking it on short notice as well. Big punches. Let's see what Rodriguez or Yair could do is this leg he's still content with having a half guard. What I like to typically do is I break half guard and I put a knee shield between me and my opponent. That way I get all the space to create, instead of having this fist fight right here where in the judge's eyes you're losing and you can't really generate a lot of power. Yes, you can cut somebody, but you're going to be better off. This is higher percentage, better percentage to do this, 99% to get out than to stay there in that guard. That's what's going on now. And every single time Volkanovski wants to put his weight on Yair, he can do it because there's nothing separating them two. Right now, he's starting to shrimp. He goes back to guard. Right, this is where you don't want to fight here. You don't want to fight here. You want to use those long legs, get him on his hip, and push him away. All right, that's into round one. He did end up cutting Alex Volkanovski, so those elbows did work out for him. All right, round two. Let's see who makes the adjustments. Once again, look how Volkanovski comes to the edge of the void, and he switched from southpaw to orthodox. When he does that southpaw to orthodox, this goes on in this gentleman's head. A question mark. What shots are available to me? What's happening? Because he's going from southpaw to orthodox, so he's questioning himself of how he's going to approach this attack. Is he going to catch my kick, take me down? Is he going to hit me? What exactly is he going to do? Hi, Bella. Don't scratch me, Bella. All right, here we go. See? He's always switching back and forth, making him question what's going on. High kick. Remember, I said this before. That's the strongest weapon if you're a taller person against somebody shorter, is your kicks. You already see Yair Rodriguez using it, but he doesn't use it to the best of his advantage like Islam Makhachev did. He's trying, but he's not really using it. And they're both orthodox. But he's also switching back and forth. There was that high kick. Another high kick. Nice high guard from Volkanovski crossing that distance. Nice feints each time he gets the edge. And he's going back and forth, back and forth. Look, southpaw, orthodox. Nice two leg kick from Yair. But see, the whole entire time, Yair is making it, he's not making it a dog fight. If he makes it a dog fight, I think that a high kick will land a lot easier for him. But he's constantly running from him. Good sachet from Yair. Ooh, comes in. Ooh, nice hit from Yair. And this one makes Volkanovski so dangerous that he can fight on both realms. He can outstrike you and he can out wrestle you as well. And look at this, trying to take it back immediately. No hooks in. And see, the whole entire time, Yair is always on defense. When they're here, Yair is just looking to escape. He's not looking to actually grapple and fight him here. Beautiful takedown from Alex Volkanovski. Beautiful. Sweeps out that back leg. Drops someone where he has no post. Gets the takedown. Lands right in the half guard. Landing elbows right there. Okay. Yair's trying to get some kind of guard going on. But, ooh. Nice punch. Getting heavy on him. Trying to take out that lead leg. He's going to do another jump roll, I think. We already broke this down in the first round. Beautiful suck down. Basic wrestling right there, ladies and gentlemen. Basic wrestling. 2-on-1. Boom. Forces him to go to his back because he had one-on-one, but basically 2-on-1. But look how he's constantly trying to pass guard. He's beating him up while constantly passing guard. That's why I think Yair's having a hard time with him, because he's not being content by staying in half guard. And see, he's looking to grab him. He's looking to control his posture, which this, and the reason I'm commenting on this is because I have done the exact same thing when I fought Brad Pickett back in 2010-11. I did the exact same thing. You know what Matt said? He said, garbage. Absolutely garbage, DJ. You want to push his face up. Push his face up, get some space between you, shrimp, knee shield, then you create some space between you, then you can force him to make a wrong decision. But when you hold him chest to chest, there's nowhere he's going to go. He's going to stay on top of you even more, and you're carrying all his weight, which is draining your gas tank. Look, now he's trying to push your hips. That's good. That's good. But the knee shield's what he's missing. He's missing the knee shield to create that distance between each other. Boom, look what happens. Now they're back in there. He's back in almost at half full guard. He's cut open. Volkanovski does a good job of being in that that standing kind of half like turtle. Not turtle, but he's almost standing, but he's not standing. But right here, we see this is where he's going to be able to beat him up because he's not creating distance between him. Old school GSP style, essentially. Get in the guard and just beat him up. Habib style. Get in the guard and just beat him up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Those elbows that Yair are throwing, they do hurt. I hate that shot. But when you throw those elbows, you're still on your back. That's the hardest thing. And right now, they're so sweaty and bloody that anything else is not going to work, like triangle armbar. Circles to the back, looks to pass already. And this is wearing down Rodriguez. It's a lot of energy being siphoned from him when he's in this position the whole entire time. All right, on two. All right, I think this is the final round where he knocks him out. Herb being so good about reminding the athletes, don't cheat. If you're not cheating, you ain't trying, boo. All right, here we go. Same thing. Good feint to the edge of the void. So that's why I love when he's going to fight Ilia, because Ilia does the same thing. He stays on an axis. He always goes back and forth at the same height. So it's going to come down to whose boxing is going to be crisper and who's going to mix in the wrestling in as well. Because remember, both athletes don't have to worry about the range advantage. That caught him with that right hook. And he does a good job of hitting. He pulls back and hits you as you're coming into the void. There's that body kick right there. Body kick. Push kick. And Yair's doing a good job with his kicks. He's just not committing with the kicks because he's so worried about the takedown, which makes sense. But Volkanovski's able to come to this edge every single time and not worry about it. Nice shot from Volkanovski. Right here. And see, this is where Yair's got to just poke. You just got to poke. Just poke. Poke, but don't run. Poke. He comes in, clinch, keep your balance, and wrestle. But each time he comes in, he runs, so he's off balance, and that's why he gets a takedown. Like how Yair is fighting right now is the best he's fought the whole fight. The head kick lands. 1-2 lands. See? He's just got to stay here and fight. Stay right here and fight. And you don't expend as much energy. Now, when Volkanovski shoots, then you spend your energy defending the takedown, not trying to get off your back. Well, if you spend energy defending the takedown, but see, now Yair's backing up. This is where he starts to not do as well. And this is where Volkanovski usually prevails. When Max fought him, Max stood in the pocket and exchanged with him. You look at how Korean Zombie fought him. Each time you back up on Alex Volkanovski, you're giving him, he's getting in position to be able to succeed. But Alex Volkanovski he does amazing work when he's backing up, but he doesn't do as well as he backs up, which is typically for a fighter too. Like some guys fight well backing up, like Izzy. When he backs up and person stops pushing him, he starts looking good. But if somebody keeps on constantly pushing Izzy and forces Izzy to go lateral, then that's where Izzy doesn't look his best. There's a takedown. See, stay now. Respond. Good respond. Good. Remember, once Yair stays right here, this is where he fights his best. Now he's not fighting his best when he backs up. Nice check hook. Nice switch hook from Volkanovski. Oh, switching the headbutt. That was an accident. He slipped. A little oopsie daisy slip there. Okay, let's see. Fast forward that when you see the slip. Happens all the time in the fight, boys. No, switching those stances. Stop all the orthodox. Like I said, this is where Yair fights his best in this fight. This is the best he's fought in this fight when he stays close to him and uses that range. And those kicks are good too. You see, this is where he fights his best. But it's also a lot of energy consuming. I don't know if he's used to fighting like this. Oh, he got caught there. Look. Now just sees it. Gets right on him, gets the clinch, beats up the body. Goes for a takedown. Passes guard immediately. Gets to almost a half mount. Just starts pounding on him. Gets up. Rains down the punches. Passes guard again. Look at that position. He's not in guard. He pushed the feet aside and back it up real quick. Watch what he does. Back it up a little bit. Back it up. What he does. Yair brings his feet in. Look what he does. He passes the feet. Passes the feet by. Very important. Now he passes the feet by. All his hips are going this way. Yair can't create any distance between him. And then Volkanovski sits between his legs. Puts that pressure. And pounds him out. And that's all she wrote. So that's why Volkanovski is so good. Now that he's going back to defend his belt at featherweight instead of going up to 155, fighting the likes of Islam Makhachev and having a full camp getting ready to fight Ilia Topuria, it makes for a good fight because they're both not dealing with the range, and they're both very good at the edge of the distance. Ilia Topuria comes there, he does the X and Y, uses his jab to get behind, good footwork, and also can wrestle. And you have the king, Alex Volkanovski, who's also good about the edge of the voice, going from southpaw to orthodox, switching his stance between when he's going to attack or not, and he can also wrestle, and he has some knowledge on passing guard. So boys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live. Cheers!